For as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to write a story about my life. I just never knew if anybody would actually believe it. Plus, I'm not an English major, not even a little bit. I don't know how to write, I don't know what I'm doing. I struggled with English a lot. So I thought this would be a good place to be that I didn't have to write or worry about language. Just be somewhere to be open and tell my story. And hopefully find others who struggle like me, because sometimes it can be really, really lonely. I have friends, I have family that care about me, yet when I think about my depression, my anxiety, and my binge eating disorder, I feel alone. And I feel like there's nobody really like me. Even though I know there is, they always tell you there's somebody else out there going through it. So I guess this is going to be the story of my binge eating disorder and asking for help. I, back in May, called our local eating disorder program to find out about getting some help. After the coronavirus, let's go back. So I've been overweight my whole life. I can't remember a time where food wasn't my life. I was 8 or 9 years old when my best friend married me to my refrigerator, which is a pretty prominent memory in my mind. And as such a small child, to have that as being one of your prominent memories it's pretty unnerving. So I think food's always been a comfort for me. It's been something reliable, something I can control. Or so I thought, until recently that I realized I don't control my food. My food controls me. I had gastric bypass surgery almost a year ago, July 1st, and going through the process, I remember speaking to the dietitian, like, I didn't get to the point where I needed gastric bypass surgery because I was eating wonderfully things. Like, I didn't get there because I enjoyed salads. I recognized that it was my fault that I was there at that point in time. So that was a big step. I don't think I recognized how much I needed to change still. And the dietitian suggested that I go through the same eating disorder program that I'm working or starting to work with now. And all I thought was, if I don't have this surgery soon, I'm going to die. I was 384 pounds. I have 3 children, one of whom is disabled, and I wasn't living anymore. And I wasn't living because I was so overweight. But because I was so overweight and not living, the only thing I had to do was eat. That was it. That was my friend. That was my life, was food. So I had the surgery, and I will forever be eternally grateful to the surgery. I really do think it's opened my eyes. I feel like I'm in a weird paradox though. Part of me wishes I would have gone through the eating disorder therapy prior to surgery, because now I feel like I'm at the point where I'm ruining the surgery, I guess you could say. But the other part of me is so grateful to the surgery because it's shown me how much I want to live. I've lost 135 pounds since surgery, so my highest recorded weight was 384 pounds. I'm pretty sure I weighed more than that at some point, just don't have it on record. And I today weigh 348.8 pounds, or 248.8, my bad. Let me get them 100 pounds back. So it showed me life was worth living. My surgery gave me back my mobility and my ability to be present with my children. It showed me that if I worked hard, I would have a great life. Things were moving along and going well, and then somewhere towards the beginning of the year, about 6 months post-op, I started struggling with food again. Obviously not in the same manner as prior, because I had gastric bypass, so my tummy is this big, probably smaller, size of an egg. I just found myself back to old habits of snacking and eating all day. And I guess I just wanted to stick my head in the sand and think the surgery was going to do all the hard work for me. At that point, even though I knew deep down I had to be the one to do the work, I just didn't want to, I guess, at the time. So then came the coronavirus pandemic, and my depression and anxiety went through the roof. I'm homeschooling 3 children, one of whom, like I said, is disabled, and I'm trying to take care of a house and take care of a family, and you can't leave the house, which most of the time I don't want to leave the house. I suffer from random bouts of agoraphobia, so the outside sometimes tends to terrify me. But to be told you couldn't leave brought up some PTSD type symptoms from an abusive relationship I was in. And it just did a number on my mental health, which sent my eating disorder into a place of really scariness. I, for the first time in my life, realized it was really and truly out of control. And so I, in May, reached out to our local eating disorder residential care center and outpatient. They had a questionnaire with me. They decided that I should come in for residential treatment. I realized I couldn't do residential treatment, although I know that would probably be my best option with 3 kids and a husband who works. I need to be home. And so then I put it off calling for a month, and I was trying my best to follow Weight Watchers and just not beat up on myself for my eating disorder and be kind and love myself. But I wasn't ready to commit to their outpatient program. I kept avoiding it until Monday, which was yesterday. I called and said, hey, look, I know I need to do outpatient. So yesterday was June 22nd. I have my appointment tomorrow for intake, and I'm terrified. I think I'm just terrified to change. I've been who I am, and food has been my only comfort for as long as I can remember. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I think that's the thing that scares me, is I know this is going to dig up a lot of things that I don't feel ready for yet, but at the same time, I'm ready to not let food control my life. So I'm here because I'm hoping to document this, and I'm not writing my book I thought I'd write. I'm creating YouTube vlogs or videos or whatever. Really, I'm just hoping I find a small support group in this. Others who are going through this and working through their eating disorders and trying to overcome things in life. Maybe we could be each other's support. I don't know. I want this to be a place of healing for me and a place of self-care and learning to love myself. I'm hoping to track my daily habits in eating and working out, and maybe do some challenges, some 30-day workout challenges that we can all fail at together, because sis don't work out. That's the funny thing, is when you're 384 pounds, you think you are beast. Like, you are like, I can lift 500 pounds and I'm a tank and indestructible. And then you lose 100 pounds and realize, no, sis is weak. Sis ain't got no muscles. Her body's gone to waste. So I'm hoping to find out what my body's capable again. I'm hoping to lose another 100 pounds, but this 100 pounds is going to have to be on me and not surgery. This is going to have to be my decision to work through. This is going to have to be me. I am going to have to trust myself for once, and let's be honest, I don't even like myself enough to trust myself, but I think at 33 years old, it's about time I try. You know, I get told all the time, oh, you're a great housewife, you're a great mother, and really, I just feel like an imposter. I am not an adult. I am impersonating an adult, but I have no clue what I'm doing, and I'm ready to change that. I'm ready to see what other people see in me. I'm ready to break all the barriers I didn't think I could. Yeah. So I'm hoping you'll go along on this journey with me, and we can challenge each other and figure out food together, and figure out mind over fat, or figure out how we get better together with a support system of people who understand. So thanks for going along with me. See you soon.